This is another question right out of your textbook. How much sand must be added to 250 pounds of a cement mixture that is 22% sand in order to have a resultant mixture that is 25% sand? So we're starting off with 22% sand mixture and we want to end up with 25% sand mixture. How much sand must be added to 250 pounds? So that's what we're starting off with. We're starting off with 250 pounds of a certain cement mixture. So how are we going to do this? Well, I'm going to start off with a picture. So we've got 250 pounds of some kind of a mixture. It's 22% sand to begin with, so let's make a note of that. And I'm going to add to this some volume of sand. Let's see. I don't know how much I have to add. In other words, that's what I'm looking for. I'm trying to figure out how much sand I need to add. So X pounds of sand, and that sand obviously is going to be 100% sand, so it's not going to be a mixture of sand, it's going to be pure sand. And I'm going to end up with a larger volume of sand, and it's going to be 250 plus X pounds of sand, and the resultant mixture is going to be 25%. And so there's your picture of the problem, and you can certainly put it together and rewrite it in an equation form. So let's see what we can come up with. 250 pounds at 22% plus 1 X pounds at 100% is equal to 250 plus X pounds at 25%, where the variable X is going to be the volume of sand, or the amount of sand that is added to our mixture. And so there's our equation. We can certainly use algebra now to determine some values. For example, 22% of 250 is simply 250 multiplied by 0.22, and that amounts to 55. So this actually is a value of 55 pounds, and that's the amount of pure sand that is in our mixture. So 55 pounds of pure sand plus X times 100% is simply X times 1, and that's equal to 250 times 25%, and 250 times 25% is 250 times 0.25, which is 62.5, plus X times 25%, which is 0.25 times X. And so this is our equation, and we can certainly manipulate this equation and solve it for X. And so I'm just going to move that up here to the corner and carry on. So I've got an X on the left side of the equation. I will subtract 0.25X from both sides, and I will also subtract 55 from both sides of the equation. So I'm going to have X minus 0.25 times X is equal to 6250 subtract 55. And that's a very simple equation to solve. 1x subtract 1/4 of x is 3/4 of x, so it's going to be 0.75x is equal to 6250 minus 55, which is 7.5. And so x is equal to 7.5 divided by 0.75. And so that works out to a value of x is equal to 10. So what does that mean? That means that we will need to add 10 pounds of sand to our mixture. We will end up with a total of 260 pounds of cement mixture. With that 260 pounds of cement mixture, it will be 25% sand.